Hello and welcome to episode 34 of the Kicking Back podcast. Today I'm joined by the wonderful Ryan Buxton.
Hello.
How are you, sir?
I'm very well on this rainy Thursday.
I know, the weather has been abysmal today.
Yes.
Really appalling.
Biblical
Thank you for
rain.
coming in, man. I'm very much looking forward to hearing your music before, when we heard the little sound check before. Delightful. Really delightful stuff, man.
I appreciate you saying it.
Very excited.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a good old time, I think. Yes.
I'm looking forward to it as well.
Ali.
Hi.
Craft.
Hello.
Hi.
Lovely to be back.
Yeah, man, we've not done one of these together
I haven't
yet.
done one yet, but it's an honour.
It might be the last one.
It's an honour to be here with the Big Daddy Cheese.
The
you know what I
big
mean? Like
boy.
last time I was with this B-list guy called Matt Campbell. You know? Didn't have a clue what he was doing. You know?
Yeah, well, that was a tester for you. This is the A game
Right.
shit right now.
I've reached the
man.
big
The real
heights, the lofty heights.
Yeah. But don't get too cocky.
Don't you worry, I'm scared. So
Or I'll put you back down on the beach for you.
Oh God, not with Matt.
So, Ryan, for the people at home that don't know who the heck you are,
Yes.
tell us a little bit about yourself, bro.
Cool. So my name's Ryan Buxton. I'm a songwriter and guitarist, I suppose. And I've been living in Manchester for we were saying probably about 4 years now.
Yeah.
About 2018 I came up. I'm just trying to write some songs that I like, and I'm trying to do this thing properly and get better at it. And it's been really nice being in Manchester for the last few years because I feel like it's been a place where I've been able to do those things and be around people who are also doing that. And it's been a really nice community of people that I've met, and we were talking about Polly earlier and stuff like that. But so I've made an EP in 2017 called Little Green Fly, which it's one of those things where it's like an earlier piece of work where I sort of hide it away a little bit now, but it is out there if you want to go and listen to it. And I'm working on my second EP, which fingers crossed will be out before Christmas, which is going to be called Other Breaths. So I'll play a couple of tunes that are going to be on that as well. So I think that's pretty much about me.
That's a good summary.
I try to
man.
get it all in
That's
there.
good.
That's very concise.
Yeah,
Yeah. So how long have you been writing your own stuff for then?
Well, forever, I guess. Really, in terms of when I was at secondary school, I got a really cheap acoustic guitar, and I used to do the whole. I was really into Nick Drake.
Oh yeah.
And I found out about the way that he wrote his tunes was he used to make all of his strings completely slack, devoid of any pitch, and then just sort of tune them up one by one until he was like, yeah, that sounds good. And then until he got 6 strings that made some sort of chord. And so I used to do that a lot and just muck around because I'm, especially at that point, I didn't really know what I was doing kind of guitar wise.
Yeah.
But yes, I'd have been about 14 or 15 then. It was very much have a terrible day at school thing, come home and just sit on the acoustic guitar and go, right, I'm better now. All good.
Yeah.
Ready for dinner.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's been a while, probably 15 or so years.
And were you writing from the get go? You picked up your guitar? Or?
It was definitely the old imitation game for a while.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I think at some point I probably made my own version of Pink Moon that was just not Pink Moon at the same time as being Pink Moon, and So and then just gradually started doing that for other artists. I was really into Beck, particularly like an album of his called Mellow Gold, and kind of hopefully by now I'm getting to the point where all those influences are maybe coming through and I'm doing my own thing with them. That's my hope anyway. So, so it's been a while, but I think moving to Manchester is kind of a turning point where I'm okay, that's where I started taking it a bit more seriously and putting a lot more work into lyrics and structure and stuff like that. So
Where did you move from?
So I'm from the south. I'm from Kent. I know. I always clench when I say that.
I've got a bloody southern.
As if it wasn't abundantly clear. So I'm from a city called Cambridge. I grew up in sort of an area called Chesterton in Cambridge, which was amazing. It's a really beautiful place to kind of grow up. And then we moved out to the sticks near I guess you guys know Ely Cathedral. So from near there anyway, it's just a very flat part of the fens in Cambridgeshire. But that's home for now. But I was saying to you earlier, wasn't I, about it's just kind of, I'm at a nice stage now. It's I kind of have two homes.
Two places.
That I can sort of hang my hat and and B. But yeah.
Was there any sort of scene or anything there?
There's a good scene in Cambridge. It's obviously smaller, being a smaller place. It's really big for improvised music. Jazz is pretty big there, really. There's some really good players. Like some of the people I used to just go to some of the jazz jams with when I was pretending to be a jazz musician. That's hard, that stuff. And there's some really, really good players who are coming up. I'm just trying to think of some names now, but they'll come to me in a minute. But so there's a good jazz scene, and I think there's a good classical scene, although I'm just basing that off the posters I used to see everywhere.
Oh yeah, I can already tell that Cambridge had big classical stuff.
Yeah. And were you so growing up, were you in any bands or anything like that?
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that. I was interested in these.
So I talked to some of my, so I do a bit of teaching as well.
Cool.
I talked to my students about some of the bands that I was in, because I'm trying to say, just start a band. It should be terrible. Make it a terrible band.
Yeah.
I don't know. When I was about 13 or 14, I used to get friends over and we used to sort of, hit biscuit tins and stuff like that. But my first band was called, I'll just say the name. It's called the Patchwork Zoo.
Why? I've got such a worse name than that for my first. Oh, 100%. I've told you about this.
Make me feel better. Go on.
Right. Sorry, I do want to hear more about the Patchwork Orange, was it?
Patchwork Zoo.
Patchwork Zoo. That was
Patchwork Zoo.
And right, real quick. I used to be a drummer.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be really into metal, like Slipknot, all that kind of stuff. Used to be in my bag. And my first band was a band called, you ready? As Dawn Turns Black.
Ooh.
Yeah?
Whoa.
Yeah, right?
Right in the stomach, that one.
So it's a well good name.
Was it metal as fuck?
It was screamo. It was
really?
proper. Me on double bass pedal. Girl called Rosie screaming.
Nice.
Shout out to Rosie if she's listening. And Simon Carroll. And that was a room we used to practice in. Remember that picture I showed you about the room I used to practice in when I was 14? That is head to toe covered in, let's say, indecent images.
I do remember this image.
It was that band that I used to practice in with.
Yeah. So the band after Patchwork Zoo, we had relationship issues in the band at 15, 16.
Very Fleetwood Mac, I like it.
It was. And then I made a band with some other friends of mine that was called the Kaluza Klein Theory.
I don't mind that name as much. I think that's okay.
I think it's a thing. I think it's a thing.
What is Kaluza
what is that?
Klein? What is that?
I don't know.
Should
you guys have got
Google
some
it?
internet stuff going on here.
Producer James, please Google Kaluza Klein.
Kaluza.
Kaluza Klein.
Do you know how to spell that?
Walla Kaluza.
Okay, here we go. So it's Kaluza. UZA. Apologise. Sorry, Dad. Klein, Klein. And then Theory. I don't know what it was.
Is it German?
Yeah, probably. My friend Mark, the guitarist from that band, was studying German or living in Germany at that time. I can't remember. So he lives there still now. But but they were great. We were a great band. We were getting proggy and funky and rocky and everything all at the same time. That was a good band. But we were 18 or something like that, and the band broke up because we had an argument about whether a song should be in 5/4 or 7/8. So we went all the way down that road.
If I had a coin for every time my band broke up, for that exact reason,
it was nerdy stuff.
I'd be rich.
Yeah. But that was a good band. Quite lucky really. A lot of the guys that were in those bands, they've kind of gone off and done other things. My friend Chris, the drummer from that band, who actually his shed essentially where we used to practice. Here we go.
Oh, is this
Kaluza Klein Theory, KK Theory? It's a classical unified field theory. Oh, good lord.
Ooh.
Yeah. Of gravitation and electromagnetism built around the idea of a fifth dimension. Hello. So I
assume you knew this when you made
I was deep
there's a big thing for you when you're 18, wasn't it?
Yeah. Don't ask me now. It brings up horrible memories.
Sure. I remember my Kaluza kind of period of my youth as well.
It's a classic one.
Everyone has it, don't they?
But what can I say? I grew up near Cambridge. But
Nice.
But my friend Chris, his shed was covered. We were such typical lads, which looking back on it now is just crazy. But the walls were just plastered with FHM stuff. It was
Mate,
I loved it at the time, but
I hate to keep doing it, but I can honestly beat when I see indecent images in this rehearsal room used to practicing.
Do we want to know about this, Ali?
I'm not gonna, but I'm saying it was pretty
But
unindecent.
We're not gonna
No.
search the images.
No, I got them. I'll show you later.
Yeah, we'll put a pin in that
I'll
one.
show you definitely. I'll show you later, man. I want you to see this.
Oh no, what have I done for myself?
Wow. So we had Kaluza, Klein.
Yeah,
theory,
that turned into the Los Nationals.
Los Nationals.
Yeah. I think there's even some of the music from that band floating around.
Okay. Nice.
If you search up for that. And again, it was very proggy. Mars Volta was like a big thing at that time for us. I don't know if you guys are into that stuff. And and then we went on and did the High Hopes Society. This is getting a bit catalogy now, but that's the last one. And yeah, we did some good stuff. But
what kind of vibe was High Hopes?
It was much more folky. The idea was that we were going to basically be a bit of a collective sort of thing. I guess kind of guerrilla-y. You know, we'd have like other musicians from the Cambridge music scene come on and, you know, do a guest spot and do things like that. But it never quite got that far. Same band members as the Time Signature breakup situation. So yeah,
you came back for one glorious.
That's it.
Tried to make a glorious return. Still couldn't work together.
Well, at least this time we got some good tunes out of it. There's
nice.
There's a song called Father's Day that's out there somewhere. That's I think it's pretty good actually. I like that one. So, and then now I'm here doing my thing, and it's kind of good. Like after all that time of arguing about time signatures and stuff like that, and I think we were almost too good friends to sort of be in a band together, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're all doing our own thing now, which is, I think, the right thing to do.
Yeah, you've got to be able to step on each other's toes, do you know what I mean? And sort of like, you point and not be offended.
Yes.
That's the important thing.
I think we might be a bit closer to that now, but at the time, no, sir.
No
sir.
way. No way, Mum.
Yeah. But, you know, it's good fun, and it's part of the process of getting better at music, isn't it? And learning about all the relationships and stuff like that. So.
And finding out what you want to do as well, what kind of music you feel like you gravitate towards.
You soon figure that out when somebody else doesn't want to.
Yeah, literally, man, literally.
Yeah.
So how different is, so you got your first EP and then you got this new one coming out.
Yeah.
Is it much of a departure from the first one?
I hope so, just because I feel like at that point it's very much, I think there's a real thing about singer-songwriters, isn't there? We get a bit of a, not a bad name necessarily, there's a bit of a stereotype, I guess, that it's very like, it's your own mind and that's it. You know, it's like, I can't remember what they call it. There's the philosophical thing, solipsism or something like that. And it's like, you know what I mean? Nothing else exists apart from yourself. I think when I listen to that first EP, I get a little bit of a vibe of, maybe I was going through that phase as a songwriter. And I think since moving to Manchester, I'm trying to, like, I don't know, broaden my horizons a little bit and sing about different things. And I don't know. I'm still figuring it out, but I hope there's a difference between that stuff and now. Yeah, like I wrote a song about the trams, and I'm not playing that one tonight, but like, but I could. No rehearsal. But yeah, so, and just like, I don't know, turning my attention from things inside to like things outside and stuff like that. And I don't know, I guess you realise you are supposed to be an entertainer. And you know, after a while, it's nice to process my own emotions and thoughts and feelings and stuff. But I don't know, I'm trying to find something to say that's like, you know, hey, this is interesting. Should we talk about this? And I don't know, maybe a bit more open-ended or something. I don't know. I get that. Just figuring it out.
I enjoyed your bio when you described, was it grunge-cuddles or something?
There's a band from, I think you might know these guys. I think his name's Adam. He plays guitar in like a New Orleans-y thing. I think he works at Matt and Fred's quite a lot at one of the jams. Yeah. And he saw me at an open mic in Didsbury at the Art of Tea. And he said, yeah, I really like the music. Kind of like, it's like a grungy cuddle. And I don't know, I just really liked that.
I like that.
Yeah, so I'm making the most out of that. I'm sort of, it's everywhere. It's my like tagline, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I've not heard it before, so it was definitely stood out.
Unique.
Definitely.
Thanks to Adam for that.
Yeah. So the new EP, has it been more of a like collaborative thing in terms of recording and things like that?
The recording has been very much like me again, but the musicians involved in it have definitely been like more intrinsic in the creation of the songs. So that's Pete Mitchell and Polly Vare, especially those two guys were very much, I don't know, the sounds they put on the songs made them into something that is good. And so because of that, I think they they were really helpful and instrumental in the work for these songs. So yeah, it was more collaborative. The recording stuff, like now I'm working with a guy called Sean, because I'm sort of
Rogan.
Yeah, do you know Sean Rogan?
We know, we've had Sean on the podcast.
Shout out to Sean Rogan.
Yeah, he's an
a genius.
absolutely lovely guy as
He's
well.
brilliant.
And he played with Harry last week as well at the Gulliver show, and it was like, I don't know, man, so much good energy coming off that guy when he plays guitar. And
He's so good, man.
He's so good. Yeah,
you know, he's one of the few people I know who used to often get carpal tunnel from practicing too much.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember.
Back in the days, to like
that.
practice too much. I was like, man, I wish I had that excuse.
That drive.
You know?
Yeah.
That discipline.
Yeah, it is impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when he first came to college, and he had is it a Boss MC50? There's like the multi-effects thing, and like any other guitarist that I've heard use that as basically sounds like a bag of balls. But he rocked up, and I was like, oh, who's this guy? You know.
I remember Brad throwing some paper at him at this point, spitballing him.
Yeah,
Brad was a bit of a bully. Yeah, a bit of a bully.
Throwing cans of beer at him, you know, and then like he just, I don't know, it was great. These like amazing sounds. That was basically was a fairly simple piece of like gear and stuff. And I was like, this guy's got something. Yeah. And now like seeing his journey and stuff, like the stuff that I see him do now, like Diving Station, stuff he does with like Might Be. He's a bit of a G, man, and his stuff's great as well.
His stuff is really good.
Yeah,
just like such a interesting, creative dude. So it must be great to work with him.
It's really great to work with him. He's also an amazingly good pianist. I don't know if he would mind me saying that.
Don't say that.
Well,
Sean, I swear to God, if you get any fucking keys, I swear to you, God, man, I'm coming for you.
Well, we did this session. Me and Harry Hart wrote a tune a few weeks ago, and we were in the studio recording it, and it was like, oh yeah, I think it'd be nice to have a little bit of a piano at the end here. And I thought, oh yeah, I'll have a little play around with my little triads, and you know, oh, this is nice. And yeah, Sean just came on and just did the same thing, but better and like more arranged. And
that's terrifying.
Yeah, it is a bit terrifying.
That's terrifying, man.
Do you want me to make you feel even worse?
No.
Yeah, please do.
He then came to my house to mix a track that I've been recording with him, and sitting there watching him work and mixing this track, I was like, whoa. This is great. He's done his homework.
Sean, just move to London already. Just, leave us be.
He's a clever boy.
He's so
a clever
good.
Boy. Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, I've kind of hired him as a producer for the album that will be coming out God knows when. But so yeah, that's definitely I'm learning to be more collaborative as we go further along the path. You know, I think at the beginning I was like a dictator. Like, this is my thing. It's my name on the thing, and you know, it's me. I make all these choices, and then it's kind of boring. After a while.
Man. And also, like, there's those things like you can only take something so far yourself. Do you know what I mean? Until you like hit the wall, or like you've heard something a billion times. And you're like, what the hell do I do with this now?
Start repeating yourself a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm excited to hear that. I'm really excited.
Me too. Okay, just give it all to Sean and just, sit back and wait for it to turn into something fantastic. So, yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. We're just writing at the moment with that. And it'll be what it'll be when it comes out. But yeah, it's going to take some time.
It always does, man. It always does. Yeah. And what is it, like 4-track EP sort of thing? Or is it
so the EP, so the Other Breaths EP that's going to come out hopefully this year, I think I'm going to actually have 6 tracks on there.
Oh, nice.
I know that's quite a lot, but I've got like 4 singles that I want to put on there that are already out there. I'll play a couple in a minute, and then putting a couple of new ones on, I think, just to kind of keep people like interested and, give people a bit of extra kind of something new anyway that they haven't heard before. So yeah, I reckon that'll be 6 tracks, and then the album will be like 10 or something. I don't know. But yeah.
Nice, man. Nice. I always talk to people about their sort of their songwriting process.
Yeah.
Have you sort of refined the thing that you do, or is that something that's still different for every project?
So as a guitarist, definitely it's kind of a weird thing to say, but like I'm kind of sick of the guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fair, man.
Yeah. I feel like one thing I really want the album to be, like the 2 EPs are definitely very guitar based. Everything was written there. But like the stuff I've been writing lately is very much just like, let's just see what happens if you don't bring the guitar in until the very end. And using it more like a percussion thing, or I guess playing more like Sean does, like just angularly and just different. So that's changed. And like I said earlier, I think the lyric thing is changing for me, because it's like let's just find something that's more interesting to talk about than just like how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
And mining that for all it's worth. And yeah, but I think that's about it. I know for me that it takes forever. I don't know what you guys write or things like that.
I've not written for a while, but
yeah.
I know it's a laborious
Yeah.
process, especially to get to the point where it's like, right, this is done now.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Because you could always just constantly.
There is no more tinkering that can be done.
Yeah, exactly. Just like knowing when to put it down.
Yeah.
It takes time, man.
Yeah, definitely.
It definitely does.
That's like, I think that's definitely the next step for me is like, how do I get this done in a week or a day or something like that? It's just, yeah. But yeah, that's the next plan.
Yeah, that's fair, man. But I mean, some things just like some songs, they do just come together in like a day, and you're like, and then some it's like a 3-month slog.
Yeah, years.
Whoa.
I mean, I have actually got tunes I've been working on for years and just still like, I don't know. I think it's just a typical creative thing, isn't it? It's like, I hate this now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's the same for you, with like licks on the piano or something like that, where you cop something.
Well,
and then...
I learned all my licks about 7 years ago.
Right.
And have you used them all?
And I've since not learned anymore. I've just been rehashing the same crap for like 7 years.
But as long as no one watches you like over and over again, then no one's ever going to know.
No, exactly. That's why I never gig at the same place twice. Ever. I do one gig, I run. I'm out of there.
Never see
They'll never see me again.
Well, at least with licks, you can put them in a different order, can't you? I suppose.
You could.
And different...
You definitely could do that.
You could, yeah. It's
That's definitely one avenue to go down with licks. I tend to learn it in one key.
Yeah.
And then that's it. I have a lick in F. That's it. I've got one lick in F.
I've got a tune F. Do you want to jump on?
I'll do my one lick in F, and then I think I have maybe 2 in C. That is an easy key.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, other than that, I don't have much. There's a lot of chromatics and a lot of just let my fingers, it's kind of Jesus take the wheel a lot of the time when I solo. Just sort of hope to God it sounds okay.
Yeah, it's the best way, man. Yeah. It's the best way.
Yeah, definitely.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry to keep harping on about the new EP, but I'm very interested. In, what sort of artists are you pulling influence from, would you say?
It's a good one. Weirdly, the things that come to mind. So I really like the way that people like PJ Harvey and Nick Cave do things, in that it's like poetry and it's interesting and it's about interesting things, and it's also quite gritty and like not sinister. This is like not like evil necessarily, but like definitely plays with all that kind of stuff. So my hope is that there's a little bit of that, but I'm also I don't know. I'm not the best guy for pulling off sinister and evil. Do you know what I mean?
It's funny you say that, though, because like I read the bio and I've heard like bits of your music. And I was like, right, I think I know what this Ryan guy's going to be like when you come in.
Yeah.
And you come in and you're just like a really pleasant chap. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like, right, okay.
Yeah. It's a weird one because I think like, I don't know whether it's just one of those things where you gravitate to what you're not or something, but like, I'm sort of, damn it, I wish I was cool and broody but the music side of things though, I like those guys, and I'm a massive Radiohead fan as well, and I mean there's loads of other stuff like that informs choices like production wise, like I don't know, Air and Massive Attack and stuff like that I used to listen to, and even things like Flying Lotus that I'd like to think come across in the music and stuff like that, although I'm not sure they do yet. But yeah, so I don't know, on the EP, PJ Harvey, Nick Cave, bit of Radiohead, even to a certain degree a little bit of Neil Young as well. Like some of the tunings I've been using, they just remind me of him a little bit. So yeah, and then the dream would obviously be the Jeff Buckley thing. Like that was an album I used to sort of sit and just go.
I definitely got that, man.
Yeah.
When you were playing before, I was like, there's definitely a bit of Jeff going on.
Well, I brought the electric this time, and I was like, maybe I'll get a bit closer to the Jeff world. But but that's just obviously a big record for me that will probably, on everything I ever make, will probably be in some way part of it. So, I don't know. My biggest weakness, I think, is just I like everything, and I fall in love with everything, and I want all of it to be in my music all of the time. So whether that's like Cuban music and drum and bass, and like I said, like Flying Lotus and stuff, but I haven't quite found a way yet to sort of smush it all together in one big ball and make something interesting with it. But,
I guess like because I'm kind of the same. I don't really do as much writing, but like, I guess the things that are always like, as I say, like fucking awesome. Like I always think is because it's genuine, and it's like because it's their genuine sort of thing that's come from them.
Yeah.
So I guess it's like you're saying, like when you can pull from like Cuban music or something like that. It's like you're not necessarily going to put in like a Cuban thing, but you're wanting to pull that sort of genuine energy, that sort of thing from
the way that it makes you feel. To try and get that across somehow. Yeah.
But that's a hard thing to like to quantify and then to like sort of naturally insert into music. But yeah, because I was like that for ages. I was like, oh, this is music, right? Well, this is good because there's this and this and this and this, and then I realized it's like it's not any of that, man. Because I could write that tune, and because it's not genuine, like it's not come from in here and stuff, it's gonna sound shit basically. But for them, where they've like collected this group of influences and this sound, and they get to a certain point, and then they pull this thing out themselves, it's genuine, and then you're like, oh yeah, I don't know what. That's the only way I can describe it, is like genuineness.
Yes.
But there must be a more quantifiable, scientific way.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Authentic.
There's a guy that we're having on called Alex D. I don't know if you know him. He's doing
by name.
He's doing a PhD in. Do you know about this?
So Alex, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your lot of hard work here, but I think the general essence of it is he tried to quantify various aspects of songs. So I think, again, I don't know the full ins and outs, but say complexity, he might have a scale of 1 to 5 for that, but I think he also did stuff with like, the artist background and like where they came from. He quantified loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of data points for all these songs, so that in the future it could be used to compare songs or stuff like that. So basically he's given a structure to academia of how to quantify a song in X, Y, and Z ways. And so that then, you could have 2 songs and maybe say like, well, how did, the difference in upbringing affect these songs?
Right.
Here's this and here's that, and here's some quantifiable figures. And that I think I'm really simplifying and sort of
you've explained it way better than I.
That's probably for the best, isn't it? Like a PhD level.
I have
academia.
He came in when I was doing my masters. He came and did a whole thing about it, and it was amazing. You know what I mean? But it was when someone's like, so they got so much information to like give out in an hour. And he's obviously been working this for like 6-7 years or something like that. 1 hour is nowhere near enough time to really grasp what he was trying to achieve. But he's got it now, and he's Mr. Dr. D.
Nice. Oh, he's done it.
Yeah, he's Dr. D now. He's nailed it.
I'm excited to have
Alex,
him
if you're watching, well done, mate.
Well done.
Bravo.
Bravo, sir. Bravo.
He's another one of those just outrageously good at everything kind of people. Makes you sick.
Yeah. Gotta hate and love those people, really.
Yeah. They're always so nice as well, aren't they? They're always
Alex
so friendly.
is lovely.
Yeah, he's really nice. Like, some would say too nice. Do you know what I mean? He's one of those guys.
Yeah. You know what, Alex? I don't like you anymore.
No, I've thought about it.
No, I've thought about it.
So, I want to go back in time a little bit to your teenage tearaway days. I want to know, what sort of music did you have on in the house? What were your parents playing?
So
was there any influences coming from there?
Yeah, definitely. My dad was the one that sort of made jazz acceptable.
Right.
He used to put a few jazz records on and stuff like that. I mean, he was mostly into songwriters. So a big band. I mean, I'm always really nervous to say this sort of stuff because in my head it's like guilty pleasure. It's the cheesy stuff, if you know what I mean. But for me, it's just awesome and I love it. Crowded House.
I don't. Go on.
No. Wherever you go, always take the way.
Oh yeah.
That's the one everybody knows. Yeah. But they're just an amazing band. Like, love those guys.
Is there an album that we should check out of Crowded House?
Together Alone or Woodface.
Okay.
Both very good albums. And again, like that's for me, like a pinnacle of what you can do as like a band and like do interesting things and still be poppy and accessible. It's a good band.
Okay.
Turing Breaks were on a lot.
Again, another band.
You're saying this is cheesy, man. This seems niche.
Do you think so?
Yeah,
I was always really nervous with this stuff because it was like it had melody. And and I don't
God
know.
Forbid.
I was an incredibly pretentious teenager.
I mean, you're talking to two guys who are nearly in tears at watching Michael Bolton on Monday.
I've heard about this.
So don't worry.
Don't you worry about
Okay,
cheese.
all right.
This is a safe space, man. We're okay.
I'm settling in now.
So is it what were they called?
During breaks.
Would we know any tunes from them?
You would. I just can't remember names of any of them or how to sing any of them. There was one called 72 or something, number 72 or something like that.
Right.
That was a sort of fairly big single in the late 90s. The Beatles, obviously, like my dad is a Beatles nutter.
Yeah.
Like, you know, everything. Every extra box set that comes out, every book, everything. So they were a big deal for me growing up as well. That was on and around the house quite a lot. And then, I don't know, my dad was fairly diverse, really. Like, there was a bit of soul and Motown and R&B and stuff like that. And a bit of everything, really, which I was quite lucky about. And he just used to leave guitars around for me to sort of discover and just, you know, muck around with.
Was he a musician as well?
Yeah, my dad's a great musician.
Right.
He's so what he does now is he's playing in Cambridgeshire. He just does kind of like a pub circuit.
Nice.
I say just. He has a lot of fun. It's a good job. And yeah, he just does covers and goes to pubs and just makes people have a very, very nice Friday, Saturday, Sunday evening. And
lovely, man.
yeah, he loves it. He's doing really well. He's kind of found his thing with it. He was working in music shops for my entire life, basically, until he got made redundant a few years ago. You know, Digital Village, that one? They went under anyway. There was a shop and they went under and he sort of was like, oh God, what am I going to do? And then just got gigs in pubs and he's been fine. Luckily for him, you know, he's lucky to have that. But yeah, so he's a singer. He's a good singer.
Nice.
And yeah, and his band as well, called the Sun Kings, they were on around in the house quite a lot. So I was kind of used to having people come to the house and play music and stuff like that, which was kind of, I think, why I'm still doing all of this stuff, because it's like in my head that's the fun thing you do when you're older.
Yeah, definitely.
Is be in bands and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it, really. There was always stuff on, and it was always fairly varied. And yeah, he used to take me to the library in Cambridge, and we used to go and get I don't know if I should say this, but we used to go and get the CDs and then just copy them. So, you know, whatever CD it was I wanted, you know, we just always go and get it from the library for a quid or whatever. And,
why not, man?
It was a good little system. So pre LimeWire, Kazaa.
Yeah. God.
Do you remember LimeWire?
Yeah, I used to rinse LimeWire
me
back
too.
in the day.
Did you ever have those sort of it's a nightmare. I used to have nightmares about it because I couldn't think of all the music I wanted to download. I like selection anxiety, I suppose that's a thing. Genuine nightmares. Like, what if I forget to download the new Mars Volta thing?
Oh,
you
man.
know,
I remember my first laptop being eaten from the inside because of LimeWire as well.
Virus ridden.
Yes,
it was awful, man. And I remember again, didn't have it a year, and I was like, Mom, my laptop's so slow. I don't know why, man. Mom, get me a new laptop. She was like, you took it to some guy. And your guy was like, you have like 1 billion viruses on this thing. What's wrong with you?
It is a virus itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Just burn this thing immediately.
This thing's more virus than computer now.
Yeah. We didn't know what it was back then, though. You know, it was a new thing, so we downloaded things willy-nilly.
Yeah.
But what used to annoy me about LimeWire, and I have since, got into the torrenting and stuff like that. Not that I do it anymore. Obviously.
We don't really need to anymore.
Well, you don't need to anymore. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I just pay for Apple Music. I do pay for things now. But back in the day.
Yeah.
But, with LimeWire, you could never download a full album. You always had to it was always individual songs.
Track by track.
It was track by track. Whereas, with, Pirate Bay, you can just download fucking discologies or whatever it's called. Just literally 8 discs worth of stuff. And
that's a lot to sift through.
Oh, I remember back in the day. I used to have albums hours worth of music. I didn't even want. I just wanted to have it. You know what I mean?
This is what I'm trying to say.
I just wanted it on my laptop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just didn't
hard
listen to it. Yeah.
Simpler times,
Simpler times, man.
Yeah. Good days. Good days. So then, I guess your dad was influential and knew that. And then, were there any albums that were sort of your tearaway from that and find your own musical identity? Was there anything like that?
That is a good question. Well, I know I keep bringing this band up, but the Mars Volta was definitely a thing where I remember my dad going, "What is that?" and feeling quite happy about that.
Who are they?
The Mars Volta. They're like
Le Mars.
No, sorry, I'm speaking
Mars.
very quickly.
Okay.
The Mars Volta. Yeah, it's sort of like the second band after At the Drive-In.
Yeah. I've heard them.
I don't know. Maybe I'm showing my age. Maybe I don't know how old you guys are, but yeah.
Go on, say a number. Go on.
33.
You. Wow.
Go on.
I'm only 17.
Jesus.
Yeah, man.
Ali, what the hell are you doing?
I'm not Asian very well, apparently.
Jesus Christ, man. No, I mean, I'm 27.
26.
So, like,
It's not that much, is it? Maybe just like a little bit of a crossover period. But
Yeah,
anyway,
definitely.
very crazy band. Like, they're really into Can and they were into everything. And it's very experimental. The songs are like 12 minutes of like screamy vocals and then huge like breakdown sections and really technical drumming, and it's good music. It's really like if you've got any like leftover residual tension from work or I don't know, anything really, it's a great way to just blow off some steam. They're a great band, but it's like the vocals are intense and the music is intense, and I remember putting it on and my dad going, ooh. Ooh.
You're okay, son? Do we need to talk? Are you all right?
But I'm having one of those typical things, when somebody asks you about your music, and I'm like, oh, I'm having one of those brain farts, because there was definitely stuff. I just remember conversations. I used to sort of rib my dad a little bit, sort of saying, well, it just doesn't have to have a melody, Dad. Come on, grow up.
Wow.
Yeah, I told you I was very pretentious. Yeah, I think that was, I don't know, I'd have been 15 or 16. So I think it was probably about that sort of age when I was like, right, I want to try and do my own thing. And yeah, I used to make a big point out of like never using distortion. I was like, delays. I want lots of delays and lots of reverb. I don't want to be able to tell that this is a guitar.
Wow.
And that was like me breaking away from, because my dad's very like, he won't mind me saying this because he sees it as a strength, but like he's very acoustic guitar, strumming chords and singing and stuff like that. And so it was, I don't know, trying to find something that wasn't that. And I think Pink Floyd were kind of actually just looking at the Dark Side of the Moon thing there a little bit. And your brother's amazing paintings.
They're James's dad, actually.
Oh,
James,
sorry. So these are all done by James's dad. And then those ones are done, the top two are done by my brother.
Amazing.
But they are brilliant paintings.
They are all brilliant paintings, to be fair, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Pink Floyd.
Yeah, and I think
band,
like
man.
Realizing that like, guitars could do different things, but not the solos so much, just the like the textural stuff and the ambience and things like that. So going back to what you were saying about influences that came in, that's a big thing for me.
Right.
Yeah, guitars that don't sound like guitars and, weird noises, essentially.
Getting freaky with it.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Nice,
I like a little
man.
bit of ambient stuff. So,
Yeah. Well, should we hear some of this?
Uh-oh.
Some of this
Time to go play.
influences.
Let's do it. Right.
Yeah, man.
Shall I walk over
So
there?
you go and get yourself ready. I'll unhook you from
Via
down
the medium
here.
of foot. Oh, no, you're going to do the hands. Okay.
Oh, Brad, not on the podcast.
Sorry, that's after hours. Sorry, Ali. And Ryan, you go get yourself ready, and we'll hear some of your music in a moment. If you're enjoying what you are watching so far, then please subscribe to us on YouTube. We're doing a different podcast every week with different artists, creative. Next week we have Rodrigo Constanzo. Yeah.
Do you actually?
Yep, he's coming on.
Oh, wow.
He's in the country for 1 week.
Jeez, man, that is so good. I'd love to talk to that guy about some stuff.
Well, maybe you'll be on next week. Maybe it depends if Matt lets me down last minute again.
Matt,
I'm thinking about firing Matt, to be honest.
I wouldn't surprise me if you do, if I'm honest, man. The guy's recently having a bit of a renaissance in his life. I appreciate that, but man,
there's dedication
to the cause.
I thought, because he was like the OG. Do you know what I mean?
He was the OG, yeah.
That he would stick with it, but
I remember him saying something along the lines that he hates his podcast.
Yeah, I heard he was going to start his own podcast.
Yeah, he's going to start his own rival podcast and all those kind of things. I won't worry about that, though.
Yeah, I'm also thinking about calling the episode next week the Kicking Butt Rodcast. Huh?
No, I really like that. No, I really like that. Yeah, I really like that a lot.
Pretty good. So, as you can see from Ali's reaction, it's going to be a belting episode.
Oh, it's going to be so good. I might even watch it.
You hear that? If Ali's going to watch it, maybe you guys should watch it too.
I don't know, man. Actually, I don't know. Probably won't, but it's going to be good. No, nonetheless.
I'm trying to sell it to people here, Ali. Come on, man. Come on. But yeah, we're going to be doing that. And we're changing our live stream date. We're doing it on Tuesday evenings as of next week. So if you want to check that out, we're going to be going from Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. We are on social media and all that stuff. We're mainly busy on the old Instagram at Rec Room, so follow us on there. Ali, is there anything you want to plug whilst you're here? No.
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 I'm just working. I think
you're not working.
Well, no, I'm just a working musician at the moment. Just trying to make, just taking advantage of all the massive amount of gigs around.
I thought you'd be writing the sweet blues music.
What, for Flascal Rats?
Yeah.
No, oh God, no, nothing particularly exciting at the moment. I got a few things bubbling under the surface that I'm going to start soon, but they require other people ringing me and let me organise some stuff first before I can get the ball rolling on such things.
These things do take time.
Annoyingly, this one is taking a bit longer than I thought it would, but I'm sure it'll happen.
But soon.
I'm sure it'll happen in the end.
Soon.
But I'm quite literally just gigging every night of the week, just trying to make as much money as possible and hoard it away. I say hoard it away, spend it all, spunk it all as soon as I get it. It's frivolous things that I want,
What's the most frivolous thing you've bought recently?
Frivolous thing I've bought most recently. I nearly bought a sword.
What?
Yeah, I nearly bought a sword. I nearly bought Anjural, the sword that was reforged.
Oh, as in
Lord of the Rings, yeah.
How much would that be?
£220. Right, thank you. No, thank you. That was exactly my reaction as well. It's really good.
That's
it's really
pretty
good.
Reasonable, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm probably gonna buy it.
If you don't, I will. I will, man. I will. Are we ready over there, chaps? Awesome. Right. Sorry for chatting shit, everyone. Ryan Buxton, our guest today, is going to be playing some delightful music. So, Ryan, take it away.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Dreaming, I think I hear the sound of your voice. Seeing, I was rolling your cigarettes. So carefully you were confessing, and then helping me paint outside in the blistering heat. You were pale concrete. I was missing how much you needed help. Dun, 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 all the light takes shape in the creases of my curtains, in a pattern like waves at the edges of an ocean. While I roll your cigarettes, 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 and study a brand new subject all of your own. Travel back to your ancient home. Doctor, doctor, did you get to County Court to study science fiction, to unearth your prediction? Da dum da dum da 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 dum da dum ba da 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 dum ba da 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 dum dum da 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 da. All the light takes shape in the creases of my curtains, in a pattern like waves at the edges of an ocean, while I roll your cigarettes, while I roll your cigarettes, while I roll your cigarettes, while I roll your cigarettes. Cigarettes, while I roll your 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 cigarettes.
Yeah.
All right. Cheers, guys. So yeah, that's going to be on the EP, along with this next one, which is called Dead Horses, which I wrote when, wrote on the way up to Manchester from Cambridge while I was moving up, and sort of one of those things where the lyrics kind of came to me in the car a little bit, and I thought they were cool, so here they are. So this song's called Dead Horses. Time to bury dead, pale white horses put to bed, old years. And with dragging finally done, question what should come next. We'll carve new marks into the road with fresh weight, but same soul, no future plans. All exalted memory behind, not in front of me. Oh. Forget the mangy mane of old malevolent mare. Unburdened now in flight, travel with no earthly cares. And now here, remembering the easy love of kith and kin. Oh. So one of those Nick Drake tunes that I was or tunings that I was banging on about. It's one of those things where like the problem that I have now, the beginning of it was sowed in the ground a long time ago, and I spend so much of my time like on stage tuning and stuff like that. But it's very much my hope that you will think that it was worth it, because I like the sound of this tuning. Just hope this one doesn't snap. But yeah, I guess for my final song, I'm going to play you one called Full Moon. And I wrote it sort of, I don't know, while I was going through a phase of working insane hours. So there was a period when I lived in Cambridge where I was doing like 60, 70, like I think even one week, I don't think I'm exaggerating to say that I did an 80-hour week, like teaching and gigging and stuff like that. And yeah, it does weird things to your head, and like I needed to process that. And so this song is very much kind of from that period, and it's called Full Moon. And yeah, I think we're in tune. Cool, thanks for waiting. It goes like this. Moving water in our skin, something small is changing. A force that pushes, pulls, it papers over cracks, but it won't last. 'Cause I'm dull and blunt and scored, overworked and bored, while wicked ones find gentle reprieve. So I use hot for muscles and cold for bones. But what is there for tired souls? There's a light by the full moon, waxing the tide. We'll change, play the long game, and let light pass through the waves, rested and ready. A feather in the breeze holds no stones. I don't only have myself to blame. I'm laboring, no control. I consign it to the sky above. But I'm holding out on hope. The constellations will support me. 'Cause I just can't seem to stop working. So I use hot for muscles and cold for bones. What is there for tired souls? There's a light by the full moon, waxing the tide. We'll change, play the long game, and let light pass through the waves, rested and ready. A feather in the breeze that holds no stones. I don't only have myself to blame. All right.
Ryan, that was great, man. Thank you so much.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Ryan, tell the people at home where can they find your stuff online.
So everything, Instagram, Facebook, the whole lot is all just at Ryan Buxton Music. So you can find it all there. Spotify, Bandcamp, Apple Music, the lot. It's all there. Apart from that song Dead Horses is not on Spotify, but that's it.
Sweet,
Everything else
man.
is there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, bro.
Thanks, man.
Cheers, man. Enjoying what you see so far? Make sure you head over to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/recrooms, and hit that subscribe and bell button. We're putting out new live sessions and podcasts every week for you to discover new artists. If you're out and about, you can also subscribe and listen to all our podcasts in all good podcasting places. We've just opened our brand new merch store over at etsy.com. You can buy yourself some delightful Kicking Back Podcast t-shirts, jumpers, mugs, stickers, and much more. We're going to be keeping this store up to date with new merch all the time, so head on down to etsy.com/shop/recrooms to get yourself some sweet new threads. Anyway, that's enough from me. Time to get on with the show. See you in a sec. Hello and welcome back to episode 34 of the Kicking Back Podcast. You have just watched some delightful music from our guest today, Ryan Buxton. Ryan, well done, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It sounded great, bro.
That was
sounded wonderful.
That was a pleasure. It's such a nice room to sort of be in.
It's pretty chilled, man.
Yeah.
I'm liking. I feel like I'm on like an actual TV show, and I'm like, do you know what I mean? Like sat here, I'm just like watching someone do that.
Yeah, what the audience don't see is all the rigging, all the cool stuff like that.
All the shit that's.
I just heard somebody use the expression legitimately, VT is running. That's
VT.
just, I feel so showbiz.
Exactly, man.
all
This is
all
the real.
5 viewers are really all really appreciate it, man. I'm sure.
That's the next thing to sort out, Ali, and then we'll be golden. You can't do it all right.
No,
at
fair
the
enough.
start,
Got to
man.
give them the product first.
That's
You gotta
right.
Get the product
Build
good.
it and they will come.
And if you book
Exactly,
it, they will come. This is true, man. That was great, man. I really enjoyed that.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Do you
man.
want to just tell us a bit about, like, sort of what each song's about
Yeah.
and all that stuff?
So the first one, Curtains, like, although that's like definitely the boppiest one, like a bit of a rhythm to it and everything like that. And I like how people enjoy watching that one live. But the lyrics for that one are just me. I would beat around the bush about it, but like processing, like one of my friends died in like 2017, like in really rubbish circumstances, and
Right.
it was like, I don't know, like my whole group of friends were just like completely bowled over by this whole thing. And I have to be careful as a songwriter that I don't go mining personal tragedies for like songs.
Yeah.
But I did, and I don't know, it was really cool to do that and like just get everything onto a piece of paper and just go, right, there you go. And it was cool. The lyric in the chorus for like what is it? The light takes shape in the creases of my curtains was just like, I just kept waking up at like 2 or 3 in the morning and just it's kind of beautiful. Like I lived on a big high street and the street lights would come in and my curtains would just look amazing. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if you get.
Right,
I don't know
okay.
if I'm just being a bit strange there, but they just used to really. I used to find them really interesting, so I wrote a song about it. So that's kind of like a double thing on that one.
Nice.
So that's what that one's about. And then Dead Horses, like I was saying, I think I made that one sort of in my head, at least the lyrics, while I was on the way up to Manchester, because it was about. I don't know. I left a lot of stuff behind in Cambridge that was sort of maybe. Stuff I wanted to leave behind, I guess.
Yeah.
Just maybe more. I can see your eyes on that fly.
Oh, bastard.
Well, maybe we'll get it.
Mocking us now, it's landing on our guest.
I think if I sacrifice my beer, I think we could get
Yeah,
it done.
I
I'm just
think
not
so.
sure I'm willing to do it.
It's not worth it. It's not worth
Yeah,
it.
don't do it, man.
Don't be a hero.
That's it. Yeah. A martyr for the cause. But yeah, so that's what kind of what I wanted to like. I think everything I'm banging on about is in that song Dead Horses. I don't know how it comes across to you guys, but like the ending for me, I do a whole major key bit at the end, and that's me just trying to sort of say, I know it's miserable, but hey, look, major chords, and it's bright and it's sunny, and I don't know. That was like I hoped that was like a catharsis moment, and just like, hey, I get to go to a new place and redesign myself, and start again with new people and stuff like that, and so that's definitely what that one's about. it's interesting. I don't know whether I did it any favors by calling it Dead Horses. You know, there's a lot. My nan's not a fan. Yeah, it was funny. She said, there's even a comment somewhere on Facebook of just, I like it. It's very sad. But yeah.
I love old people on social media, Mum.
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, my nan and granddad are actually fairly like, you know,
efficient.
They don't fall into that kind of the stereotype of that age group. They're fairly au fait with it. Although you do get all those like Candy Crush invitations and still,
Candy Crush still going?
I mean, I'll be honest, that was a while ago, but just to kind of paint the picture for you.
I think we all went. I definitely went through a big Candy Crush phase.
I completely alluded to it.
I didn't do that. No.
Yeah.
My nan did. I know for a fact she did.
It's a big deal.
They see this new shiny thing, and you're just like, oh, it's very addictive, man. I don't do it anymore. I got past it.
Yeah.
But, you know,
yeah, I'm over it now.
Hard.
That monkey was
it was a good few years.
Yeah, man.
Monkey in your back.
Yeah, real 5 years of my life gone.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what happened in those 5 years.
Well, there was
at college, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
The Royal Northern.
That's why I didn't do so well in my degree.
So you were at the Royal Northern as well?
Yes,
okay.
as was this one.
I think I might have seen you once in RNCM. I did like a meeting with one of my other teacher friends, and she was studying there, or I don't know. But we went there and I was like, sure, that's that guy. I know that guy.
Yeah.
So that's, I was thinking you were RNCM. But,
I was RNCM. Went there for a bit longer than you as well. I did my masters as well.
You did, didn't you? Yeah.
I've just started mine at Salford.
What, in music?
Doing the composing pathway thing for it. So I'm hoping that's going to be fun for the songwriting as well and beneficial. But yeah, we'll see.
I enjoy my masters. I did enjoy it. Yeah.
What did you do? Did you have to do it on like a specific thing, or was it just kind of a general?
It was very general. Like you could pick whatever you wanted to do it on.
Okay. Really, that's cool.
Yeah, right. my subject changed like 5 times or something like that by the end of it. In fact, I actually ended up doing it on change, and the effect and the effect of it on the creative process.
It made itself though.
Yeah, literally, like the problem became the solution. You know, in the end.
Oh, that's
like,
beautiful.
I'm not going to go there. You know the quote I'm going to do, don't you?
What's the quote?
The only consistent thing is change, or something like that.
That's something like that. Yeah.
Be as consistent as the change that is. I don't know, something.
Be as consistent as the change you are.
Yes.
As I remember, that's how it goes.
So
that's it. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one.
Close enough.
Where was I? Oh yeah, the last one, Full Moon. You know, we were saying about things taking a long time. Like those chords, I've had those chords for 6 years, probably more. Like I was living with my parents when I came up with that chord progression, and just I think I was at a stage where I just didn't know how to choose what to write about and stuff like that. And working 80-hour weeks or in that area definitely gives you something to talk about.
Yeah,
just the gradual insanity that you fall into as you sort of drive around for 80 hours a week.
So what do? You teach, you gig professionally as well, do you?
Yeah, well, not so much since Manchester. Like in Cambridge, I was doing quite a lot of that. Like I was in ska bands and funk bands and function bands and stuff.
And
like
just
that.
as a guitarist.
Just as a guitarist, occasional bit of BVs if people wanted that and stuff like that. So.
So what's your formal training? I guess what we say in
my
music?
Bedroom. Yeah.
So you never went to any lessons or anything?
No. So when I was like, I got a teaching job when I was 20 or 21, which is far too young.
So do you teach music?
I teach guitar. So I'm not like so if I gave you the wrong impression by saying teacher, but like I'm not like a school teacher. I just go into
like
schools,
a Perry teacher.
A Perry. Yeah. There we go. And just teach kids guitar for like half an hour or something like that a week, and you know the drill.
I used to.
Yeah. It's
hard. Got rid of that quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love it. I think I'm sort of blessed and cursed in the fact that I'm quite like I'm an okay musician, but I think I'm quite a good teacher. Like I think I'm quite patient and nice, and I think so I've kind of I've been doing it for 12 years now.
Still,
yeah, I'm still doing it. Yeah. I'm lucky I haven't. The old ticker's going strong for now. But
good on you, man. I can teach.
Yeah, you're like the opposite of me, man.
Yeah.
What did you just say? You said patient and kind or something. I'm definitely impatient. No, patient and nice. I'm just impatient and not nice with children.
I taught for, I would say, about a year in a rough school.
Right.
In a very rough school.
I would say it's a different kettle of fish here than it is in the.
I bet in Cambridge. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure they're great. Yeah, I'd love to teach those.
Yeah.
I taught in a rough school, and teaching just isn't for me. I think.
Yeah, man.
I would love to. So I teach some people who are quite high standard. I love that. I love being able to teach cool things. You know what I mean? Like interesting concepts and stuff like that. But
not E.
Not middle C for 2 months.
Yeah.
Middle C for 2 months. Yeah. Could you imagine? Such nonsense.
Yes, I can.
Oh yes, I can. But you know, sometimes it's in the mundaneness of things that things come to mind, don't they? The ideas and things like that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's weird. Like I do moan about the teaching stuff sometimes, but you would about anything after that long, I think. 12 years. But like without it, I mean, because it was you mentioning about teachers, when I first got the job, I was like, holy moly, these guys are going to figure me out very quickly. Like I just know my bar chords and, you know, I know the basics. So I started having lessons then and that guy did like all the rock school grades with me as well and stuff like that. Like, so I kind of got a little bit of training and then, I don't know, I got lucky like because there were so many jazz musicians in Cambridge and some of them became good friends of mine. There's a guy called Dave Niskin who is just this phenomenal guitar player and I just paid him a fairly small amount of money to teach me how to play and so that was when I was pretending to be a jazz guy.
I don't think anyone's not pretending to be a jazz musician.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even like that, people
I feel like there's a line.
Yeah, you know
it's
what I
like
mean?
10 years in and then you tip over. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
They're all still pretending.
I think they're all still pretending at some point, you know what I mean? Still, I think they all just want to put some Taylor Swift on and just jam out, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Or they wouldn't want to admit that to themselves, but really that's what they need.
Because I was deep.
Ali was one of them jazz dudes for a long time.
Deep within that world.
I'm just trying to think of which one of the jams that I saw you at. Because were you part of the house band for one of the Matt and Fred's?
Yeah, funk one.
The funk one.
Yeah.
So that was like my comfort zone was the funk stuff. So that's probably where I saw you. Yeah.
Most likely. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's coming back. You know.
Is it this month?
No, next month.
Next month.
I'm doing. I think it's 30th of October.
Great.
It's coming back.
Yeah. That is good news.
See you there, Brad?
No. Maybe. Wait, is it Jazz Jam?
No, funk. Funk, baby.
I used to be the funk guy.
Yeah, I used to be the slap guy.
The slap. They used to call me the slap queen back in the day.
The slap queen.
And I owned it. And now I do not own that. I've put that aside. Yeah.
Do you guys find when you're in like creative situations where funk and blues and jazz and stuff like that isn't necessary, that you sometimes can't not play it? Do you have that thing?
We meet up on a monthly basis to play blues. You know, like we.
So then do you go and do like a songwriter gig and you're like, okay, so just getting the vibe and then
no,
crack out of blues.
Yeah. It's just like this. It's just there.
I'm quite lucky where I have obviously the Flaskal Rats. Everyone keep that's something I want to plug right now. Keep your eyes peeled for the Flaskal Rats, everyone.
If you want to find it online, you can't.
You can't. But we do. We might have a monthly residency at the one and only Bunny Jackson's. So.
Have you been to Bunny Jackson's, Ryan?
It's one thing I haven't made yet because it's just transport in Deansgate. I just couldn't figure it out. Well, that's my excuse.
You need to check it out, man. It's very fun.
Whereabouts where are you living, Ryan?
I'm in Chiltern at the moment.
Oh, it's so easy. It's so easy.
I'm in Wally Rose, man. You can literally hop on a tram. You go from Chiltern
to Deansgate
Castlefield, and it's like a 5 minute
It's just up there.
walk.
Oh, you need to check it out, man. It's a lot of fun.
I have heard it's good. I think the first people that I met when I moved up to Manchester were John Diver, Jimmy Stuttard,
Jimmy,
Matt Wilmot, and Ben Price.
Bloody, so you knew the Bunnies band for a while,
that's why I think I know about the Bunnies.
That was the Bunnies band for a while. Yeah, Matt Wilmot's not well, unfortunately, still again.
He's still, what is it, ill again?
He's not.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah,
nothing. He got long COVID. I don't want anyone to think he was like. It is serious, obviously, but it's not.
It's very serious.
No, it is very serious, but it's not. I would say it's not life threatening. I didn't want that to come across to the audience. So I was implying that he's very unwell.
He's just a bit fucked at the moment.
He's very fucked,
yeah, bless him. I feel like my girlfriend's sister has been in. I don't know if I'm doing her any favors here, but I've been in bed for like a year with long COVID.
Really?
Yeah. She was working in A&E. Obviously caught COVID. Yeah. Was fine. Went back to work, and then it just like. Yeah, and nobody knows what to say to her. You know what I mean? I think that's maybe what Matt might be experiencing as well. Like
Matt's had it for like he's basically. I think he's got. I don't know the full stories. I might be. I think he's got a cold or something like that.
Yeah.
And because of the long COVID, it's hit him very hard.
Yeah.
Compared to what it would have been normally. You know what I mean? But he was getting better, and then I think this is a bit of a setback for him. Bless him. I don't know how we've gotten to Matt Wilmot.
Yeah.
I don't know why we get to.
I remember watching. There were some other podcasts I used to watch, and I think when I was new to Manchester, I was like, "Who are all these people?" So if anybody doesn't know, Matt Wilmot is a very, very nice keyboard player from Manchester.
Amazing. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Very talented boy.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that crew.
But I couldn't. I have to say though, I had to sort of like draw a line under like how much. I sort of had to promise myself I'd go to bed at like 12 or 1 because they're a party crowd, aren't
They're
they?
like, it's a late. Bunnies is admittedly it's a late affair. Really,
it's not. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, it's. I love it. I'll be there. I'm there because I live quite literally a stone throws away from
You're
Bunnies.
so close to it.
So I'm there more than I care to mention.
You also need to watch Ali sing.
Don't you dare! Don't you forget.
Sing Love on Top. And how? Oh my god!
I know that tune.
You know the Beyonce one.
And
where
it's like
it just
12
goes,
key
it just
changes.
goes up,
Beyonce doesn't do 12 key changes. Guess who does?
This guy. Hey, you know you did 11.
I did 11 last time. I was so annoyed, man. I didn't realize.
It's honestly, I'm not. It's not good.
No,
but it's
really
it's
bad.
Very entertaining.
It is pretty funny though.
So yeah, Bunny Jackson's is definitely. I mean, the people at home, if you want to check it out, when do they do? They do it's
Monday, Thursdays, and Sundays.
Monday, Thursday, Sundays, man.
I could do Sundays.
Get
You should
down,
come down,
baby.
man. You should come down.
Sundays are the best because that's like the musician's Friday.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because we all
You're off on
back in
Monday.
the day, it used to be like every Sunday. Like if you were gigging in town, you'd migrate to Bunnies on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And it's getting to like it starts to get that a bit more again. Like now and then you'll find a Sunday where it's just like you walk in, it's like, oh my god, I know half the bar here because it's just all the musicians have just
It's good.
collated.
Being a musician is very tricky, and it's nice to just have those moments where you can walk into a bar and go, I'm really glad I'm a musician because I know everybody here. It's going to be a great night. And,
Well,
you know.
Yeah, I say that, but at the moment, all I'm doing is playing in bars and drinking. So it's not hard. It's not a hard life.
It's finding the balance, though, isn't it?
That's
definitely.
it.
Because you can just go hard all the time.
Oh, I'm definitely not going hard. I'm not getting pissed every night.
I'm calming it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Just at the moment, just having a little quiet week. He says drinking a beer. This doesn't count. It's non-alcoholic.
Yeah.
Is it?
No, it's got alcohol in it. For goodness sake, Ali.
Jesus Christ.
Blew his mind.
I'd say no wonder. He's really good for non-alcoholic.
So I was going to ask you, have you got any like gigs or anything coming up, Ryan?
So speaking of John Diver, the wonderful guitarist and promoter extraordinaire, I'm playing at Broome.
Oh, nice.
That back.
Yeah,
Awesome.
In bigger and better fashion. It's at
Is it still in Withington?
it's at Fuel one week, and then it's at, I was about to say Neil's Yard, but that's all the oils, isn't it? What is it called? The Yard.
The Yard.
The Yard.
By Wellington Mill.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's there every other week, I think. It looks awesome. It looks awesome. Yeah.
Oh, good to hear Broome's back.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So who else is on the bill for that?
That I don't know. It's
Okay.
November the 20. It's a Tuesday, obviously. I think it's the 24th.
Okay.
I can't remember the exact date. I left my phone over there, but and I'll be with the band, Polly, Pete Mitchell, and our new wonderful bass player. So close. Called Sam Lee.
Sam Lee.
Do you know him?
Yeah.
He is a wonderful guy and
Really great guy.
really funky bass player. And for some reason, it just suits my music down to the ground. Like he's just like slotted in beautifully.
Nice.
Good singer as well. So like BVs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But because Broome is obviously very like a platform for maybe experimenting a little bit.
It's pretty wild.
So I think we're
isn't
going
it?
to try some, I was saying about maybe the stuff that's not so guitar heavy. I think we might road test that a little bit and see what happens. So
Oh, cool.
the less bandy kind of
Is
stuff.
Polly doing cello? And stuff like
She'll be
that?
doing cello, yeah,
Nice.
and some BVs. And we've got this song called The Fourth Dimension, which sort of reminded me of the Fifth Dimension from the Kaluza Klein theory. Where it's I'm kind of collaborating with her sort of more officially on that track, and she's doing some of her, I don't know, have you guys heard, she does all that looping stuff?
Yeah,
It's really
I've filmed some
beautiful.
stuff with Polly before. Yeah, she's great.
So I'm trying to sort of like bring some of that into the set a little bit as well, and
Right.
make it like a collaboration a bit more, rather than just like, hey, here's me and a band. It's like Polly's going to have a bit of a say on that tune and be a bit more upfront with that one. So
That's cool.
yeah, it should be really good. Yeah, it should be really good.
Nice.
I think I look forward to stuff like that more than the big tickety, got to badger everybody for like, hey, come and spend a tenner to do this thing. This will just be like, I know there'll be an audience
It's
there
chilled
because it's
and it's-
well
yeah.
established and
Yeah.
I don't have to do too much and just turn up and play music. So that'll be a good one to come to.
And what's the date of that again? November.
24th of November.
It's a Tuesday.
It's
is it?
that kind of Tuesday
Let me
towards
look.
the back end of November.
Yeah, go on,
Yeah.
Ali, tell us the date.
Thank you, mate. Much obliged. Left mine over there, didn't I? But then, everything else, I'm just like leading up for next year now. So I've just started applying for festivals and
23rd.
23rd. I was one off.
23rd. I assume it's 23rd.
Yeah.
That's a
It's a Tuesday.
20 Tuesday in November.
Nice.
Yeah. There we go. So 23rd.
So check that out, people. Please do.
Yeah. So, and then everything else just building up for next year. And we had a tour booked for last year. I don't know how you guys got affected with COVID, but I had my maiden tour booked. I was so excited.
How did I get affected by COVID?
Yeah.
Took everything from me.
Yeah.
There was a day where I calculated I lost 13 grand's worth of money in a day from cancellation. Just like, it was like,
just constant.
Honestly, I was pretty cool. I was pretty chilled without COVID. I had quite a good time, except the winter lockdown.
This year, like January to like March this year.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was
a harrowing
awful.
experience.
Oh, so bad. But
man.
the summer ones, I actually had a really good time, man. You know what I mean? I was doing some stuff, having a good time. But that day felt like the world was ending. You know what I mean? Because I was just getting email after email, and like this was back when I wasn't. I don't know about you guys, but I thought it was gonna be like 3 months lockdown.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was gonna be a year and
2 weeks. I thought.
You know what I mean?
This will blow over.
I didn't think it'd be so. All these things getting cancelled, and I was like, why you don't cancel? Like you don't need to cancel gigs in November because like there's no point. But obviously they were right to in the end. There definitely was a point. But COVID sucked financially anyway.
Yeah. Oh man.
Did you get? Was there any Tony Christie dates?
Elaborate. Go on. I'm listening.
So I've toured with Tony Christie through Germany, and no, there wasn't any Tony Christie gigs, but plugging myself here, Pizza Express in London on the 13th and 14th of October. I'll be with Tony Christie. Right? So
I kind of want to go and watch it, man.
You want to go all the way down to London?
No, well, if I got a free ticket, I might. But...
I can still get a free ticket. I'm sure I'll get you.
Is it a good gig?
It is. It's fine.
Is it fun?
It's the musicians on it are amazing.
Yes,
really,
of course.
really incredible musicians that are on it, and the music I like. It's cheese, you know what I mean. But it's Tony Christie, you know what I mean.
It's to be expected, isn't it?
Yeah, it's to be expected. But I think they're good tunes. The reason I'm kind of faltering is that it's all very scripted. We don't jam. We don't do anything different.
Yeah.
We get on. We do his songs and. A lot of it's got tracks, so so it's like it is fun, but it's not like you're gonna see Richard Hammond just start doing a crazy bass solo for no reason. You know what I mean? Like it's all tracked, so you gotta get in there, get out, and do it.
Right.
Well, 13th, 14th, if anyone's in London, come see Tony Christie, I'll be there.
I'm going to put this in the bio for this episode. I'm going to join by Ali Rucroft.
Just make it the first line.
Yeah.
Absolutely fine with that.
Maybe just the title of the video, Ali Rucroft, brackets, keyboards, Tony Christie. That's going to be your claim to fame on there, man.
Yeah, man. In fairness, it was funny. It's a funny gig. It is a really good gig, though. I really like doing it. Because the musicians is great.
Yeah, that's fair. So any other things coming up, Ryan, that we should know about? Do you do any other like projects or stuff, or is it just mainly you focused on your stuff at the moment?
I'm focusing on this stuff for the most part, definitely.
Cool. Right.
Yeah, it's just this really at the moment. I mean, I just did a track, if people want to go and check that out, a track called Pockets with Harry Hart. So,
nice.
Cool. We just collaborated on a song and like used it to promote the Gulliver's gig last week, and I'm really chuffed with it. I think it sounds good. You know, I've got so much more confidence about that one because I co-wrote it. There's somebody else's name on the bill, so I can push it and go, "Hey, this is great. I really like this." But that was really fun.
What was it like writing with Harry?
Wicked fun. Really, it was just like this. Is what I was saying earlier about just wanting to get to the point where I can write a song a bit more quickly. We did it in, I don't know. It was 2 weeks, and even then, like the actual writing was probably only like 2 or 3 days. And it was good fun. We just sat in a room and got it done, and went our separate ways, recorded tracks, and sent that to each other.
Sick.
And then went to the studio. Oh yeah, with Nathan Carroll.
Oh, Nathan's awesome.
Yeah, I saw the interview with him you did, and
I love Nathan.
He's the most like relaxed, funny, nice, welcoming.
I love Nathan so much, man.
Yeah. So he was playing drums on that, and do you know Chris Rabbits as well?
Oh yeah.
Do I know Chris Rabbits?
I don't know. I'm still new.
One of my favorite people in the world. Chris Rabbits. If you're watching this, I fucking love you, man.
Yeah. He's got so much energy, like good energy.
The guy is just the most positive.
Yeah, really.
The most positive. He's probably the one. I probably play with Chris Rabbits the most in terms of bass players.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
Because he's with the 186 and the even and the sloth stuff. So I do a lot of stuff with him. And the guy, like the guy could do, being a string of like his 6th day in a row gigging. And like if I'm doing like a full week gigging, like every single night, couple like 10 gigs in a week or something like that. By the Sunday, I'm not anyone's friend. You know what I mean? I'm very much just like, I'm here to do a job now because I'm tired and I need to get through this.
Yeah.
Chris is like, still just positive. Like, hey man, how you doing? Laughing, joking, asking how you are. I'm like, dude, how do you work this much and stay that positive? It blows my mind.
I've never seen him sad or anything less than happy.
No.
Never.
No, I've worked with him for like 5 years now.
Yeah.
Never seen him sad.
Find out his secret.
Yeah, and an amazing bass player as well.
Amazing bass player.
And synth bass player as well.
Yeah,
He's
really
got
good
that shit
synth bass.
down.
Yeah, he's really, really good.
You're working with some great people here.
Yeah, man, you're a lucky duck.
it's
You're a
all-
lucky duck.
Yeah. I've been very blessed since moving up here. So yeah, long may it rain.
Yeah, definitely, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Right, I think we'll wrap it up there, man.
Perfect, man. Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's been an absolute
pleasure, mate.
gem. Yeah, what a
great
nice
to talk
evening.
to you, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
likewise.
And
Thank you,
please
guys.
send us over the new EP when it's done. I'd love to have a listen.
Yeah, definitely will.
If, a cheeky one before everyone else hears it. That's cool, bro.
I can do these
Who do you think
things.
you are, Brad?
I'm a big cheese around
He's
here,
a
man.
facilitator.
He's such a big
demand.
cheese, he can't figure out his own
I
mic
know,
stand.
There we go. There we go. I do have one more question for you, Ryan, before we sign off. What was that, James? Sorry, my mic's in the way of your face. Yeah, sorry.
I'll just talk like this for the rest of the podcast.
Right, Ryan, one more question.
Go on.
If you could sum this podcast up in 3 words,
Oh, God.
and don't think about it too much, just reel off whatever comes to your mind.
Yeah.
If you could sum this podcast, you could sum this podcast up in 3 words. What would it be?
Green. Painting. Beer.
Green paintings, beer.
Right.
It's done. It's done.
Hey, I write songs, man. I don't, yeah.
You're not
Ali.
very good with words, apparently.
Ali, what you got for me, man?
Oh, crap. I've already done this once.
Yeah.
Right, if we're going off what
It's fun
Ryan
when
was
you're watching
doing,
somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what Ryan did and just look around and say things. Teapot, light, boxes.
Oh, guys, for goodness sake. All right. What was
Can
that?
I email you?
Teapot,
Give me a week.
light,
I'll email you.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to think about it.
I'm going to go grungy, cuddly goodness.
Oh, there we go. Thank
See,
you.
that's how it's done, chaps.
I went off what the lyricist Ryan went with, which is just randomly saying things that I'm looking at as I'm doing it.
Well, you've done it now, boys.
Yeah.
Well done. So tell the people one more time, Ryan,
Yep.
where they can find your stuff online in camera 2.
So everything is on at Ryan Buxton Music. YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, the whole lot. Instagram. It's all just at Ryan Buxton Music. So yeah, please go and give it a listen. And you know what? Like everything and comment on everything. And then I'll be better at getting gigs.
Engagement.
Yay.
Engage with Ryan.
Even if it's fake, I don't care.
Yes.
Just do it, please.
Yes, indeed. Ali, is there anything you want? You're not really a social media man, are you? So just
No, I have no social media.
you'll be back again, I'm sure.
I'll be back again, and if you wanna say hello to me, just find me. Just figure out where I am, and then just come and say hello.
Yeah, just put like a bat signal in the sky.
Yeah. You'll most likely find me at some bar in Manchester.
Bunny Jackson's.
Bunny Jackson's,
probably.
186 Lost Blues Kitchen.
He's around.
I'm doing all of it.
He's around. If you want to find me, well, we're on the Records channel, and I'm on it all the time. So subscribe to us on YouTube. We're here every week. Next week we're not, James. We're not here every week. I'm not here.
Hey, you're
to be
not.
fair, I'm not here
Slacker.
all the
Is that
time.
right?
Slacker.
I've missed one.
Slacker.
I've missed one
Slacker.
episode.
Slacker.
Anyway,
Yeah, who's here every week? I tell you who's every week. James and George.
that's true. James and
Producer
George.
James and producer George are here
That's
every
like
damn
behind
week.
the scenes.
You know?
Well, thank you, James and George, for being so consistent through all 34 episodes that we've had here.
What are they laughing about?
There's got to be something on the
There's
screen.
something.
There's
Jesus
gotta-
Christ.
I know what they're laughing
So it really
about.
tickled them.
I'm going to get them afterwards.
What are they laughing about?
You'll find out. Yeah, thank you very much for watching at home. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We're back next week with Rodrigo Constanzo.
That's gonna be so awesome.
It's going to be really,
That's gonna be
really
so good.
interesting. Ryan, thank you again.
Thank
for
you.
coming
Thank you,
on.
Ryan.
Thank you for having me.
Let us know when you got any gigs on. We'll come check it out.
Amazing.
Ali, thank you for being in number
Absolute
2
pleasure as always.
and doing a great job. Wherever you are, I hope you've had a good evening, morning, wherever the hell you are, and we'll see you next week with Rodrigo Constanzo.
Woo!
Goodbye for now.
We're gonna-
Thank you for listening. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast to catch up on new episodes every week. Also, check us out on our Facebook and Instagram at Rec Rooms, where you can find out about our other exciting music series. We also have this and all our other episodes of the podcast up on our Rec Rooms YouTube channel for your viewing pleasure. See you next time.